How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ruffled Rowlet, and welcome to a brand new video. Today, guys, we got a brand new rumor that was posted on the 31st of August, so I'm a little bit late to the party here, but it should be fine though. So that's called the Crown Tundra leak by Kreshalov. So I'm not sure if you know what that means, but we'll see what we're talking about here. So the rumor is pretty large, actually. Let's get started. So the rumor starts off saying, "Hello, I've got some great leaks for the next Pokemon Direct, and the Crown Tundra to an extent." So, he says, Masuda is going to personally do the next Nintendo Direct. That sounds pretty crazy, because he starts off the actual post saying Pokemon Direct, and then he says Nintendo Direct, so I'm a bit confused, but fair enough. Not sure why, though. I mean, he's not working at, you know, the Nintendo, it's working at the Pokemon company, as far as I know now, so, I don't know. He'll be announcing a lot of things. Alright, fair enough. First off, Galarian Slowking is Psychic Ghost type, fair enough. Peony's Ace is Sandaconda. So, at first here, we're seeing a lot of the stuff we've kind of mentioned, seen mentioned before, so nothing too crazy there, right? Then it continues on and says here, transistors will allow electric type moves to bypass ground immunity. What? That sounds pretty crazy, and you can paralyze electric and ground types. That sounds, honestly, why would you do that? That sounds like really unnecessary in terms of like the balance of the game. Like that just seems unnecessary as hell, because it will just kind of nullify a lot of the positives of having an electric type, right? Sorry, electric type, I mean ground type against an electric type, right? It'll just make electric types weaker, you know? And I guess to some extent, maybe, you know, electric types will, I mean, they'll be getting a buff here no matter what way you look at it, right? So, I don't know, this doesn't sound great to me. The transistor thing, I don't know, man, it just sounds weird. It just sounds a little bit like, well, fair enough. In one way, I can see, like, how that could, like, change the meta of the game, but at the same time, it's like, well, you kind of ruin one of the things that makes ground types, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. Now it continues on. Dragon's Maw will allow dragon type moves to bypass fairy type immunity. Okay. Alright. Alright then. And allows a chance for all dragon type moves to flinch. Okay, alright then. Well, fair enough. Both have base 100 speed. Alright. The legendaries in Dynamax Adventures are not shiny locked. So, it would be great if that is true, so we can go around shiny hunting for, you know, the big old legendary Pokemon, right? Because this is kind of sounding very similar to how things worked with like the Ultra Wormholes back in like, you know, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So nothing too strange, nothing too odd, nothing too out of the ordinary there. Let's continue though. The Calyrex will always be male and shiny locked. Really? It's gonna actually have a gender? Because usually, as far as I know, most legendaries just genderless. But alright, cool. Pixis, okay, is the fairy flying type horse, is unlocked earlier in Shield. Okay, so he's talking about the new, like, you know, two Pokemon that we just have the code names for. It has a starter gender ratio, not shiny locked. Okay. Shadowcorn, really? Shadowcorn? It sounds like something out of like My Little Pony or something. Oh god. The Dark Psychic type horse is unlocked earlier in Sword. It also has a starter gender ratio. It is not shiny locked. It'd be cool if they are really not shiny locked. That would be awesome, because shiny hunting is always a fun aspect of Pokemon. You know, especially in the older games rather than the new ones, because I don't know, Sword and Shield shiny hunting ain't that fun, but maybe that's just me. Next up, Regigiga's slow start will be reduced to 3 turns, with all stats raised by 2 stages when the 3 turns are up. Regigigas gets huge power add as its hidden ability. Alright. Next up, Move Tutors return. Okay. Mega Evos return with new Megas. Oh god, don't give me none of that, man. I'd love for Megas to return, but I can't believe it whenever I see it. Z moves don't return. You can get Partner Pikachu in Sword and Partner Eevee in Shield. Well, I mean, what do you mean by partner? Because we kind of already have, you know, those things are already implemented in the games to some extent, right? Like, let's just think about this for a moment, right? Take a moment and just think about this. We already have, yeah, you know, like, a lot of these Pokemon, for example, like, you know, Pikachu and Eevee, already in the game from when the game's launched, because you could transfer over, like, you get a free Pikachu and a free Eevee, you know, from, like, the train conductor or whatever, back, like, at the start of the game. You could get a free one, right, depending on which game you had the save of on your console. So, now he's talking about, you know, Partner Pikachu in Sword and Partner Eevee in Shield. For what reason? I'm confused. Why would they be there? And I'm just a little bit lost about the reasoning for them to being there. Like, I'm just curious as to what the purpose is there. I don't know. And how would they work? Would they work the same way the partner Pokemon do in, like, Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee? I don't know. Either way, Masuda reveals that Game Freak has obtained the right to make, Demi Waifu, a legal Pokemon. She's a gift Pokemon from Margaret. She's shiny locked. Her shiny has been changed from Pokemon Clover. Yeah, geez, this is where I know this is all a bunch of BS. this is where I know it's all a bunch of BS, because there's no way they take take something from Pokemon Clover, which, by the way, Pokemon Clover is a Pokemon fan game that's been made by 4chan, so, you know, it's unlikely that they would genuinely take that and put it into a Pokemon game. It'll be a Shiny Meloetta and Shiny Victini event to go with Crown Tundra. After you finish everything, you can catch the Swords of Justice. They are not shiny locked. So, listen, it could be this guy's just memeing. I mean, clearly he's just memeing when he says that, because there's no way that Game Freak would pay for a design, especially a design for Demi Waifu. Come on, man. Or it could be just an insert here to just kind of, you know, put, you know, just, I don't know, kind of just like push people off the beaten path and just make them feel like, oh god, wait, you know, like maybe he's just trying to make, you know, a joke out of it to make us think that this isn't real, right? So that we'll just discard it, which sometimes happens. I mean, remember, we've had rumors in similar manners in the past that have turned out to be real, so keep that in mind. Like, anything is possible. So that was the first rumor. Now we got this second one called Max Diamond and Max Pearl, posted by Anonymous on the 29th of August. This was a while back, but I think it's an interesting rumor though to still bring up and talk about. So here's what it says though. A friend does coding for Game Freak and gave me a little info. Now, the likeliness of that being true, I don't know, but let's see what it says though. November 2021 releases is what they're shooting for, but with, you know, the whole thing happened in the world, and a delay could be possible. G-Max returns. Ooh, I don't know, man. We'll talk about Mega's situation later. Here's some names that I go, you know, he was told basically. Kyo Doda, which I guess would be G-Max Torterra, Kyo Goka, which is G-Max Infernape, Kyo Emperor, which is G-Max Empoleon, Kyo Floa, which is G-Max Floatzel, Kyo Rento, which is G-Max Luxray, Kyo Mumma, which is G-Max Mismagius, Kyo Gabu, which is G-Max Garchomp, Kyo Nendo, which is G-Max Claydol, Kyo Manta, which is G-Max Mantine, Kyo Drami, which is G-Max Drogalgi. So that's a list of, like, I guess what he's saying is like the G-Maxes that will show up. There's probably more. I'd be surprised if not. From what I got to see, what really weird way of seeing this, you know, right, just what, which is very little. Mantine is battleship / fighter jet theme with artillery, artillery, that's weird. Claydol, cool alien theme. Empoleon is like Poseidon, definitely the coolest of what I saw. I got to see a little bit of Infernape's completed render and saw a fire staff like Sun Wukong. Okay, that would make sense because that's what Infernape is sort of based on, in simple, you know, terms. But apparently no regional variants. Not surprised. Friend doesn't know if they return in DLC later on with the Galarian Slowpoke situation, since he's working with the main game team, not DLC team. If they were, they'd obviously be Gen 5+. Okay. Fantina and Volkner have G-Max 100%, so I assume most will, like Sword and Shield. G-Max Floatzel, so CW, I don't know, probably will too. It's an arena situation like Galar. So I guess he's talking about like the way that stuff would work and how that sort of stuff, G-Maxes would return and that sort of stuff, but I don't know, man. The last thing that I know for sure is about is new Pokemon. It's like Meltan apparently and connects to a mobile game. My guess is Masters. My friend only saw it in meeting though, so no real info based off of Kodamas. So it would make sense for them to introduce a Pokemon that's like specifically introduced to promote Pokemon Masters, because they did a similar thing to cross-promote between Pokemon, you know, Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, and Pokemon Go, and, you know, back and forth and that sort of stuff with Meltan and Melmetal, right? So it would make sense they introduce like one singular brand new Pokemon to promote Pokemon Masters more, because they're really trying hard to promote Pokemon Masters, because they want to have another one of those Dragalgia Lost type of situations where they just make it like loads of money from a mobile game because it's a gacha game. So I don't know, seemingly they're trying to push for that, but it's not seemingly working as much. I think, you know, it's not in their favor at the moment, but let's continue. I asked about the story, specifically the legendaries. Didn't get to hear much. Just know it's a Delta episode situation, like you probably guessed. Arceus, I think so. This is just a little side tangent, but Megas are not returning. Recently, Megas were announced for Go, so I assume that's how Megas are gonna act now for mobile and not main games, which would be sad if true. And yeah, you know, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the general gist of that rumor. I don't know, what do you think about it, guys? It seems a little bit far-fetched, to be frankly honest with you, but hey, what are your thoughts, what are your opinions? Let me know in the comment section down below. And so that is the end of the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, then drop a like down below. Thank you so much for watching. Hail, this is a great day, and yeah, you know, thank you so much for being here, guys. I'll see you all the next time. Peace out, and bye-bye.